You see, here's what we have. We have a pandemic. We have an economic crisis. We have a president very, very, very much opposed by the American media. So what have we done so far? Well, every day we've had President Trump getting up there, or pretty much every day, giving these coronavirus speeches, giving these coronavirus press conferences, taking questions. Then he has the doctor stand up there, Dr. Birx. Then he has Dr. Fauci stand up there, and they're taking questions, and it's very open and honest. Hey, this is our task force. Everything's going fine. The problem is, well, the media doesn't want it to be fine. The media, we know this. I'm not saying this to just be anti-media guy. The media wants Donald Trump to fail. They want Donald Trump out of office. They're 95% Democrat. We know this. The numbers are in front of us. That's what they're working towards specifically. If Donald Trump was to keep the economy locked down, they would spend every waking moment pointing out all the economic damage and saying it's Trump's fault. As soon as Donald Trump opens up this economy again, which he's going to have to do inevitably, they are going to take every single coronavirus death and turn the volume up to about 100 on it. 100 on it. Why? Because they think that makes Trump look bad. And there's something else they're doing. They're turning the House against each other. They're turning Fauci against Trump. They're turning Trump against Fauci. They'll do the same with Birx. And how are they pulling this off? Well, because somebody was unable to keep all the complaints inside the House. The complaints stay here. You don't tell your boys when you're golfing. You don't tell your mother-in-law about it. Meaning, stop putting Dr. Fauci on the Sunday shows. Stop putting Dr. Fauci on the cable news weeknight shows. Dr. Fauci can shut up, go back to the lab, and figure things out. But you keep rolling Dr. Fauci out there, the media is going to take any little 5-second clip from it they possibly can to show dissension in the ranks, and they are going to make that problem worse. Dr. Fauci goes on TV just the other day and says this.
Do you think lives could have been saved if social distancing, physical distancing, stay-at-home measures had started third week of February instead of mid-March?
You know, Jake, again, it's the what would have, what could have. It's very difficult to go back and say that. I mean, obviously, you could logically say that if you had a process that was ongoing and you started mitigation earlier, you could have saved lives. Obviously, no one is going to deny that. But what goes into those kinds of decisions is complicated. But you're right. I mean, obviously, if we had right from the very beginning shut everything down, it may have been a little bit different. But there was a lot of pushback about shutting things down back then.
Obviously, that clip doesn't sound that bad to me, right? What's he supposed to say? And I'm not up here saying Dr. Fauci's some patron saint. The truth of the matter is, if you want to be an honest broker about all this, the guy's gotten about everything wrong. I understand he has a long resume, and that's fine. I'm not saying anyone else could have done better, but he's gotten a lot wrong. He was right back there with everyone else in February. We've got him on tape saying, go on a cruise. You're fine. And now we have him saying, well, I mean, millions are going to die. Well, maybe 100,000 are going to die. All right, maybe 50,000 are going to die. So, yeah, he's got some stuff wrong, but I'm not doing some anti-Fauci campaign. What's he supposed to say to that? You've left him a bind. Why? Because you're putting him on the shows. You know what they want when they ask Dr. Fauci to come on the show. When you're asking Dr. Fauci to come on the show and you're CNN or you're NBC News or any one of these other groups, you're specifically wanting him to come on the show to make Donald Trump look bad. There is not a second agenda. They're not asking the guy to come on the show to, just get out the new voice, just get out the voice to the American people. We're just trying to inform. No. Everybody knows what they're doing. Whatever they can do to make Donald Trump look bad, that's what they're going to do. And Dr. Fauci has become that guy. Stop letting him go on. So, of course, Donald Trump takes this tweet and blasts it out there. He sees the same clip everyone else sees. The tweet was, "Sorry, fake news. It's all on tape. I banned China long before people spoke up. Thank you." And, of course, that tweet that he quote tweeted had a Fire Fauci hashtag. Whether or not the president realized that, I don't know. But it got back to him, didn't it? You see, as soon as you're letting the problems get outside of the house, as soon as you send the good doctor down to CNN to do an interview, well, almost inevitably, these people are professionals. They know what they're doing. They're going to get the soundbite out of him that they want, that anti-Trump soundbite. Our president watches the news, clearly, a lot, spends a lot of time on social media. That clip is going to get back to his ears, and now you've got a problem. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.